I hope that needing a master's or needing some type of formal education and not being able to pay for it doesn't hinder you from learning design, because it absolutely does not have to. Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Dakshya and I have a master's in user experience design. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you all the reasons why you don't need a master's to be a UX designer. All right, there's gonna be 3 reasons we're gonna be talking about today. The first reason is the 10,000 hours rule. You guys have heard of this, I am sure. So the idea is that it takes about 10,000 hours of work to master a skill. And it's no different with UX design. I highly recommend looking at product design challenges online. You could probably ask ChatGPT to just quickly whip you up some ideas of some design challenges that you could do. I recommend challenging yourself every day with a new design challenge. Because UX design is tactical work, it's actually a skill, it's actually an art form that you need to learn how to do, which is different than maybe something that's a little more hands-off, like strategic thinking, or like even a lot of like product management, which is more about road mapping and understanding higher level concepts and less about the actual dedicated skill. You won't know how to do it unless you do it. So even if you take a master's, even if you take online courses, it won't matter unless you are challenging yourself to think like a user experience designer and learning the tools, learning Figma, learning Sketch. Okay, honestly, all you really need to know is Figma. Block off 2 hours in your day just dedicated to user experience design. Maybe for that day, have a theme or a challenge ready to go, and then just sit down, put some good music on, get a good snack, relax, and just design. This is a great way also to learn really quickly whether you're in for it or not. Like the design challenges is what you're going to be doing every single day as a designer. So hey, you might start doing it and be like, honestly, this pixel pushing thing that I'm doing right now isn't really for me. I don't see myself sitting there for a long time doing that. Yeah, I get to collaborate. Yeah, I like to maybe look at interesting problems and be able to solve them, but I don't want to do this every day. That might happen. And if it does, that's great. Maybe you can say, maybe not this, but I like this and this. So maybe there's a career for me more related to that, like maybe a product manager role or a project manager role. On the other hand, you might do the work and you might just enter into flow state immediately, and you might be like, oh my God, 7 hours have gone by and I am just loving this, I'm still going. That's a great feeling, and that's such a super quick way to know whether it's for you or not without spending so much money. The reason number 2, nowadays you have so many free resources to learn user experience design. And before you go there, don't tell me it's not curated or it's not credible. In this market, you don't need credibility really from an academic institution in order to be taken seriously. But here's the bottom line. Use the free things that are available to your advantage. Look for curated lists. Ask ChatGPT to make you a curated list of online resources that will help you learn user experience design. I do have some recommendations of books that you can read that are gonna get you there, get you started, really give you all you really need to know. One is a textbook, which I will link down in the description below. But other than that, just read the basics, right? Like wherever you go, even if it wasn't this video, they would tell you to read The Design of Everyday Things by Don Norman. Gives you really all the foundation that you need to get started. And then another really good one is this one by Steve Krug, which you'll see everywhere, Don't Make Me Think. This is brilliant and so easy to follow. This is what you need to know. This is what user experience design is. I don't know why you need a master's degree to understand or learn how to do this. We're all very smart people. We're all capable. We're all children of the internet. So let's use it to our advantage and stop pretending we are not good enough or smart enough to learn a new skill. You can do this, and you can do this with style, and you can do this easily. I believe in you, seriously. Okay, and the last reason why you really don't need a master's degree to learn user experience design is that all you really need to learn how to do, other than the art form itself, the tactical design work on Figma and the 10,000 hours that you put in, is mastering design thinking. Design thinking is a method or an approach that, if done correctly, would help you solve virtually any problem in this world, ever. It's not complicated. It's just a 4 or 5 step process. It starts with research, where you're empathizing with someone. Then you start defining the problem that you're trying to solve. Then you start ideating solutions. Then you build a solution or a prototype. And then you test the prototype or the solution. And that process repeats. This is what design thinking is at the basics, but the way to really internalize it and have your brain thinking in this way on a day-to-day basis when faced with any type of challenge, whether it's life or work, is to apply it. Think of a day-to-day problem you might have, right? Okay, let's say you keep losing track of your keys and your wallet and your phone around the house. That's the problem that you're facing. Now, if you try to apply design thinking to this to solve this issue, what might end up happening is you'll first try to empathize. So you might ask yourself, why does this keep happening? Really? Maybe you start observing yourself. Maybe you realize that when you come home, you're just rushing to get things done, get dinner started, do this, do that, and you just kind of toss things wherever they go. So you'll make an observation. Once you understand this, you can start defining the problem. Like, okay, I need a reliable way to keep track of my belongings so that I'm not rushing in the morning and get late in the morning. And then you might brainstorm some ideas. So maybe you might think, maybe I'll put a smart tag on my keys, or I might put a key holder closer to my door, or maybe I'll have a dedicated cute little plate where I put all my essentials every day. And then the next step would be to prototype. For the prototype, maybe you pick one of those ideas and decide to try it for a week just to see how it goes. Maybe the prototype is adding a small little key holder close to your door so that every time you walk in, it's right there, you see it, and you can easily just hang your keys there and you know it'll be there. And then you test it, right? You try it for a week, you make more observations, and hey, maybe it works. Maybe you're like, honestly, I go straight to my bedroom. I don't even look at anywhere near the door. So maybe instead of the key holder near the door, I'll put a small tray in my bedroom where I usually toss all my stuff. So yeah, once you start practicing learning how to use design thinking in your day-to-day, you'll start approaching almost every problem this way, and no problem is going to feel unsolvable. You'll realize that anytime someone comes to you with a problem, or that you face a problem, you'll never ever again approach it with the mindset of, oh, this is impossible. This approach of empathizing deeply with users in order to help define their problems and solve their problems is what is going to make you a true designer. All right, well, I hope this helps, and I hope you never stop learning. I hope that needing a master's or needing some type of formal education and not being able to pay for it doesn't hinder you from learning design, because it absolutely does not have to. So I wish you all the best. Please let me know if you need any help with anything. I got you. All right, see ya.